So shot up, and he's about out of there. You right. This is it. This is it. Him down. Oh my God! Choked him right down.
Are you ready to meet one of the rising stars of the UFC bantamweight division? Adrian Yanez has made quite the name for himself in the MMA world, currently sitting at #12 in the UFC bantamweight rankings. But Yanez's journey to the octagon wasn't an easy one. From a young age, he had a passion for combat sports, starting with boxing before transitioning to BJJ and MMA. Today, we'll be taking a deep dive into the background and MMA career of Adrian Yanez, exploring how he rose from being a meter reader in Deer Park, Texas, to a UFC contender. Before we delve into Yanez's MMA career, let's take a closer look at his background. Born on November 29, 1993, Yanez was destined for greatness, following in his father's footsteps as a Golden Gloves winner. Adrian's love for combat sports led him to train in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, even fighting at just 17 years old. But it wasn't an easy journey to the top. Yanez worked as a meter reader for the city of Deer Park in Texas while dedicating long hours to his training. Today, Yanez's hard work has paid off, and his striking prowess and dynamic fighting style have earned him a legion of fans. How did Yanez become one of the most exciting prospects in the UFC? Let's take a closer look at his MMA career to find out. Adrian Yanez is a name that is quickly becoming synonymous with explosive knockouts and dominating performances in the UFC bantamweight division. But before he was thrilling fans on the biggest stage in MMA, Yanez was cutting his teeth in the regional scene and making a name for himself as a prospect to watch. At just 20 years old, Yanez made his professional debut after an impressive amateur career where he finished with a perfect 6-0 record, including 4 consecutive TKO victories. Adrian Yanez was a rising star in the world of MMA with an undefeated record, but as fate would have it, his streak came to an end in a closely fought battle against Levi Moles. Yanez, renowned for his superior boxing skills, was challenged by Moles, who took a more cautious approach to the fight. In the first 2 rounds, Yanez attempted to strike while Moles opted for a wrestling technique, evading any punches that came his way. Sadly, Yanez was not prepared for Moles' wrestling and ground-and-pound tactics, leading to his defeat by unanimous decision. But Yanez quickly bounced back, earning 2 victories in Fury FC before making his Bellator debut at Bellator 149, where he fought against Ryan Hollis. The fight was filled with back-and-forth action, with both fighters landing significant strikes and attempting takedowns. Hollis initially caught one of Yanez's leg kicks and quickly took him down to the ground.
Did he play defense for a bit? Yanez got a little too aggressive and that made him pay.
But Yanez used his ground skills to escape and stand back up. The second round saw Hollis attempting to strike with hooks, while Yanez landed some hard left hooks of his own. Hollis tried to take Yanez down once again, but Yanez quickly scrambled back up to his feet. Yanez managed to get into a full mount position, but was forced to move out of it after Hollis threatened with a leg lock. The round ended with Yanez landing in cross-side control on Hollis's right side.
See if he goes for the takedown. There it is, outside trip.
The final round saw Yanez taking Hollis down to the ground and looking for opportunities to strike, while Hollis tried to angle for submissions. Yanez was able to land short right hands whenever he found openings, and he refused to let Hollis stand up. Although Hollis appeared to land an illegal up kick in the final 20 seconds of the round, Yanez finished the fight on top and won via unanimous decision. Despite this setback, Yanez would continue to climb the ranks, earning 2 more victories in the promotion before facing another current UFC fighter, Miles Johns, for the vacant LFA bantamweight champion at LFA 55. The fight began with both fighters cautiously testing the waters, and the action quickly intensified with an exchange of strikes. Yanez's signature overhand right barely missed Johns, but he expertly countered Johns' straight right with a fierce uppercut.
Body shot. Oh. Here goes Yanez. Nasty uppercut.
The fight continued with Miles dominating on the ground and Yanez showing his skills on the feet. The intense battle went on for 5 rounds. But Yanez once again found himself on the wrong end of a close split decision loss. With an impressive pro record of 11-3, Adrian took on Brady Huang in the Dana White's Contender Series 2020. In the first round, Yanez showed off his quick reflexes and powerful punches, making quick work of Huang. From the start, Yanez was in control, countering Huang's low kick with a lead hook and landing a knee to the body. With a clean two-punch combination, Yanez sent Huang reeling, but he managed to get back to his feet. However, Yanez wasn't done yet, and he landed a left hook followed by a devastating right hand that sent Huang to his knees.
Hey, work, Brady! Work! Go, Brady! Go, Brady! Let's go!
Referee Jason Herzog had seen enough, and the fight was called in Yanez's favor, making it the 5th fastest finish in Contender Series history. Following this impressive performance, Yanez secured a spot in the UFC bantamweight division and made his debut against Victor Rodriguez. The two fighters wasted no time getting down to business, with Yanez landing a series of strikes that left Rodriguez struggling to keep up. With quick reflexes and an impressive display of strength,
he's hurt. Head kick! Holy smokes!
Yanez was able to fend off Rodriguez's takedown attempts and ultimately landed a head kick KO that left the crowd in awe. Next up, Andre fought Gustavo Lopez in March of 2021. From the start, it was clear that Yanez's striking skills were on another level. He dominated the first round with crisp punches and kicks, leaving Lopez unable to close the distance. The Texan boxer punished Lopez with a barrage of punches, leaving his nose busted up and forcing him to retreat. In the second round, Yanez continued to pick Lopez apart with his counter-striking. Although Lopez tried to come back with a few punches of his own, Yanez's defensive skills kept him out of harm's way. Yanez displayed his range of skills with some fancy footwork, feints, and head kicks, but still managed to keep Lopez at bay. By the third round, Yanez's confidence was at an all-time high. He was bobbing and weaving, landing his punches with precision. With one punch, Yanez knocked out Lopez, sending him crashing to the canvas. It was a stunning victory for Yanez, and a testament to his skills as a striker. 4 months later, Adrian Yanez fought Randy Costa. Yanez was coming into the fight with a 3-fight knockout streak, while Costa was looking to make a name for himself in the ring. Referee Chris Tognoni was ready for the action to begin, and it didn't take long for both fighters to come out swinging. The first round started off with Yanez striking first with a front kick up the middle, but Costa quickly responded with a pair of speedy head kicks. Yanez blocked them in time until Costa switched it up and threw a low kick. Both fighters exchanged high kicks, with Yanez forced to stay defensive, as Costa kept coming at him with kicks. Yanez remained composed and checked a calf kick shortly after, but Costa's accuracy with his strikes caused Yanez to become bloody. As the first round progressed, Yanez began to turn the tide and started walking Costa down, landing accurate punches and gaining respect from his opponent. Costa's pace slowed down significantly as Yanez continued to press the pace, but just as Yanez looked to gain the upper hand, Costa kicked him in the face.
Kept him on his heels and just kept that jab in his face. And look at that little switch kick that slaps, question mark kick.
Yanez shook it off and continued to move forward, ignoring Costa's kicks and landing devastating punches that busted Costa's nose. Round 2 started with Yanez getting right back to his jab and chipping away at Costa with low kicks. Costa landed a few punches of his own, but Yanez's accuracy and damage were much higher. Yanez started to get in his groove, pressuring Costa and landing several punches until Costa shot for a possible takedown. Yanez easily avoided the takedown and continued to land punches, eventually dropping Costa to his knees with an uppercut up the middle. Yanez poured it on with a vicious barrage of punches until Tognoni had to step in and rescue Costa.
There it is! Wow! How about it? A different way, but Mr. Knockout inside the distance once again.
In the end, Yanez won via TKO in round 2, collecting his most impressive scalp yet. Then again, 4 months later, Adrian fought Davy Grant. The first round saw Yanez trying to end the fight early with a huge right hand, but Grant managed to stay composed and countered with leg strikes from all directions. Yanez was able to score some significant hits.
Oh, big left from Yanez, backs Grant to the fence.
Did you see the head
slip
movement?
and rip?
But Grant kept coming back, landing kicks to Yanez's calf and body. The first round ended with both fighters standing tall, having given it their all. The second round was even more intense, with both fighters trading heavy strikes and refusing to back down. Grant's nose was getting battered, but he didn't seem to care, landing some vicious punches and even a spinning back fist. Yanez was equally determined, landing some clean combinations and chopping away at Grant's legs with kicks. Despite taking some heavy hits, both fighters kept pushing forward, showing off their incredible stamina and resilience.
Dude's a beast, man.
Well, Grant says, he likes it to be a little bit ugly.
By the third and final round, both fighters were exhausted, but still giving it their all. Grant continued to use his awkward striking and occasional head kick to keep Yanez on his toes, but Yanez was able to mark him up with a 1-2. Grant attempted a flying knee and a spinning back kick, but Yanez was able to counter with some heavy hits of his own. The final bell rang, and the fight went to judges. Decision with Adrian winning the bout via split decision.
The winner by split decision, Adrian Yanez!
Adrian's most recent fight, Adrian Yanez stepped into the octagon to face Tony Kelly in June 2022. From the very first round, the crowd was treated to an intense battle between two skilled fighters. Kelly came out strong, striking first with a kick to the body, followed by a high kick to the head, both of which were expertly blocked by Yanez. But Kelly wasn't done yet. He launched himself into the air with a flying knee, only to be intercepted by Yanez, who sent him crashing to the ground. Kelly scrambled to his feet, but Yanez was undeterred, calmly advancing towards him. Yanez's timing was impeccable as he landed a body kick when Kelly threw a punch and followed up with a stiff punch to Kelly's midsection. As the rounds progressed, both fighters showcased their skills, exchanging punches and kicks, with Yanez ultimately proving to be the stronger fighter. In the third round, Yanez unleashed a flurry of punches that sent Kelly reeling back against the fence. With Kelly on his knees and barely conscious, Yanez seized the opportunity to unleash a barrage of punches to his unguarded head.
This is it.
Oh my God! Choked him right down.
It's a first round knockout for Adrian Yanez.
Despite the referee's attempts to intervene, Yanez managed to land one final blow before the fight was called. The crowd erupted in cheers as Yanez took his well-deserved victory bow.
In there against Tony Kelly. Man, honestly, it was cool, calm, and collected for me. He started talking shit to me while we...
From his humble beginnings as a meter reader in Deer Park, Texas, to becoming a UFC contender, Yanez's journey is one filled with hard work, determination, and a passion for combat sports. But what do you think about Adrian Yanez's MMA journey? Do you think he has what it takes to become a future UFC champion? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more MMA content.
Here goes Yanez. Nasty uppercut.